Yeah.
Amy feeds a monkey. Phil gets some new pink tassels for his bike. I ride the thirsty bear for the last time, and we get to stay here. So good morning everybody, and welcome to the final ride, the final episode 13, where we're going to leave this jungle and my buddy here is enjoying a round of bread. So it's a short ride today, about 100 kilometers, and we're riding back to where we came from, but it's not over yet, because at the end of this Nomadic Nights tour we've got the opportunity to go to the secluded beach, and we're going to show you that a bit later on. I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the Royal Enfield Bear 650 Scrambler. So we've fitted an accessory to Phil's bike today, because a luminous Phil is not so luminous anymore. So we put some nice pink tassels on his handlebars.
Yeah,
Oh, hang on. Oh, no.
So we're just topping the bear up with a little bit of fuel, because it's been a thirsty bear. When we finished the last episode, we were running low, and it said that there's 26 kilometers in the tank, but that doesn't mean nothing with this bike. It could just conk out, so we're just putting a little bit in to get to the fuel station. So, good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Simon.
Final ride.
Yeah, final ride in. Today only 90 kilometres. Try and keep it like that the last day. Get in there nice and early. We're staying back on the beach, so let everybody enjoy the beach, get a swim in the sea. Yeah. It's a great hotel. Get a bit, got a great bar. But yeah, just nice and easy.
I was just saying to the viewers, so as a bolt-on trip, you can do the secluded beach, which we're going to go, and we'll show these guys what it's all about.
2 extra days, yeah.
2 extra days on at the end, just as a bit of a relaxation package. And
yeah, I'd say it's like a wind down, and it's very different. Everybody, you know, some of the trip we're sharing rooms, and obviously there's riding every day. So here, no riding. It's right on the beach. I mean, you're right. It's like wooden cabins. And I used to call it the secret beach, but it's not so secret anymore, so we've called it the secluded beach.
Right. I'm looking forward to
it really is fantastic. The food is excellent. They've got cold beers, and I've got them to. There's quite a few of us going, so I've asked them to put a couple of cases of chilled beer ready for us. Once that's done, then you just pay for your own booze.
And the ride today, so it's a short ride, but what can we expect from the roads?
Well, we're still in the Western Ghats at the moment. We're just in Karnataka, so we'll ride down. Beautiful roads, again, back down through the forest, cross back into Goa, and then just head down to Baywatch, where we started from. Nice. So like I say, I like to get the last day was, yesterday was a 300 kilometre day, which is a lot for South India.
Right, let's get kitted up and go for this ride.
Thanks, Simon.
So yeah, what a fantastic experience that was. The hotels on this tour have just been second to none. They've just been first class. It's been really good having the pools as well, because when you've done those long rides, it's just nice to jump in and get a beer, have a little dip. So as we set off for the last time, this is the ride to go on, and then I'll show you the secluded beach where we're going to be stopping. So as promised, my final thoughts on the Royal Enfield Bear 650 Scrambler, and I've got to say, this bike has been absolutely superb. It's been amazing on these roads. The 650 engine that produces about 8% more torque than the Interceptor, because this is what this bike is based on. It's got the 19-inch front wheel, and it's got the MRF tyres, which are the biggest Indian company of tyres, and the tyres have been great as well, so that was my kind of concern. That's generally the one thing I end up swapping on a bike, to be honest. And I guess the question is, would I buy one of these? And yes, I would. I think for £6,750 sterling. these are a cracking bike. It's probably the best looking bike Royal Enfield has built so far. It has got a couple of flaws, the one of them being, I mentioned the TFT screen on this. It's slightly off centre to the left, and I think having the screen on the front of the bike as well just highlights that a little bit more. I think if you didn't have the screen, you probably wouldn't see it as much. So but again, you know, that's only a personal concern for me, but I think what would be available at some point is a bracket so you can realign it. I do think with these screens as well, it's hard to see the indicators when it's got the bright sunlight on it as well. I'm leaving the indicators on quite a bit just because I can't see the lights on the dash. So engine wise, the parallel twin with a 270D crank sounds nice. It's a real smooth engine, it doesn't feel vibey at all. Obviously the first couple of days riding I was kind of running it in, and things like the brakes got better and better to the point where it's got that 320mm disc on the front, 2-piston bi-brake caliper that's basically cousins of Brembo, and yeah, the brakes work really well, and I'm so glad they put that 270 disc on the rear as well, which has gone the Himalayan 450, so that's a real good back brake as well. And like I say, once the brakes were bedded in, it works superb, especially with twos up. You know, for the whole tour I've been doing this with Amy on the back as a pillion. I managed to do some off-roading on it as well on one particular day where it was getting quite technical, and again the bike, even twos up, performed really well. Suspension wise, you've got those 43mm upside down Showa forks on the front that's non-adjustable. It's quite a hard suspension, but it works well. As in, when you're on the road, I think it's you don't get much dive in the front when you get on the brakes, and I think with the suspension setup you can really throw it into the corners. And this bike is better than expected for handling, for sure. To try and get past this car. Before I rode the bike, I said it wouldn't be nimble, but for a 650cc engine, 213 kilos, the bike is perfect for the roads. It really doesn't feel heavy at all. They've got the ergonomics crack on as well. The riding position has been brilliant. I've never felt tired on the bike, and we've covered some serious distances. I think after today we've done something like 2,800 kilometres over the last couple of weeks, and you could see some of the terrain we've been riding on. It's been a real mix. All the switch gear is pretty much what you see on most of the Royal Enfields. It works, it feels good, even down to the grips and the adjustability on the brake and the clutch levers, a nice touch as well. I do think it's one of those bikes you can just jump on and ride it. It feels not intimidating, it's very forgiving. You just keep it in between that 3,000 and 5,000 RPM and the bike just wants to go all the time, and it's smooth but punchy power delivery. If you've been watching the episodes, you'll realise one or two of us have run out of fuel. We've still not got an accurate sort of fuel range on this bike. I'm thinking it's around 300 kilometres, but we've had incidences where when it starts counting down on the reserve from about 100 kilometres, it gets to about 30 and then it can kind of disappear. And then on one occasion I got it down to 0 and did another 15 kilometres. Yes, it drinks a bit of fuel, but you know, these are not touring bikes. It's more than capable of doing enough miles before you need to get to the fuel station. Some of these roads we've been riding in India, like I say, a real mix of terrain, and this bike again has just performed so well. I think the combination of, like I say, that suspension, the brakes, the engine, the geometry, the riding position, like I said, the bike turns well. It just really handled the road well. It's been an absolute pleasure to ride. So this morning at the briefing, Alex was saying even though it's 90 kilometres, you still don't want to switch off too much because you know, anything can happen on these roads. Danger landslide area. he? He's leaving us, Phil. He's back with his pink tassels. Let's see if we can catch him up. Look at his little tassels go. He is loving that. So yeah, we've all just parked under this bridge. There's a bit of construction going off over here, and it looks like we're going into the shop across the road. Oh, the final chai. So I've got myself a fruity drink. This is a mango drink that was in the fridge. It's nice and cold. It actually tastes really nice. Have you tried your drink?
Yeah.
Is it nice?
Yes, it wasn't what I expected. It's really nice.
Yeah. Right, here we go. Oh, this is the final leg after the chai stop. Nice to get a nice cold refreshing drink and a bottle of water. Try and rehydrate a little bit. So it looks like we're jumping on a bit of the highway. And again, beautiful day. The sun is shining and the temperature is rising. So we're almost at our destination, where we're going to drop the bikes off, and then after that we'll make our way down to the secluded beach, and we can show you around. And here we go, the Baywatch Beach Resort. This is where we started. This is where we're finished. And here we are, everybody's made it back in one piece. Well done, you did well.
We're planning another recce.
Cheers, brother. Good ride.
And Simon,
Cheers, Jeff.
good to ride with you again.
Cheers, Stuart. Good ride, brother. So that's the end of the ride, but it's not the end of this video, because where are we off next?
The secluded beach.
Yes, just arrived at the secluded beach, and to get into it you have to get in these off-road vehicles. We didn't come down on the bikes because it's you need like a 4x4 to get to it. It's that kind of remote, but we're just going to take you for a walk down. We're then going to go and show you the room and just show you a bit of this place. So yeah, just as you step down on the left here, we've got this restaurant where a couple of the guys already got a beer on the go. So we believe our room is over here. So we're just going to go take a walk up and go check it out. So we are just making our way to our beach hut, which is, I believe we've got to go up a flight of stairs. Our bags have already been taken up. But yeah, what a magnificent place this is. You've literally got a row of huts at this level, and then it goes up. I mean, we're actually in the honeymoon suite, are we not?
We are.
Which is the highest beach hut in the Blue Lagoon Resort. So yeah, ours is this one. It's called the Treetop Lodge. Another set of stairs to get up. We've even got a little bowl here to wash your feet. To get the sand off, which is a nice little touch. A couple of chairs, a nice sized balcony. That is burning my feet. The floor is red hot. Yeah, and here we are. What a magnificent room. Again, nice big double bed. What's the bathroom like? Wow. That's huge. Yeah, so this is where we're going to be spending the next couple of nights. And we've got an aircon unit there, no TV. We have got Wi-Fi, but we've got no phone signal, which is absolutely fine. We've also got a ceiling fan, which is very welcoming. And we've got all this seating here, a lot of seating. There's enough seating for 4 people to sit out on the balcony. How nice is that? So Alex, cheers
Cheers, Simon.
for another fantastic tour with the Nomadic Nights, and as you can see, I've got the t-shirt.
Yeah, you've done the ride, you've got the t-shirt.
And you get these for free.
Yeah, all included.
They're all included, but yeah, we've had a great time, and everybody, you know, this was different to what you've ran before as well. You know, normally you're up in the mountains for 6 months of the year, and this one, the south of India, and a good bunch of guys and girls, and we had such a laugh, didn't we? I mean, it was a holiday with a bit of adventure.
Yeah, that's what some of the riders were saying. They get the post-ride blues, you know, because it's just full on. It's good fun. It's, you know, hard riding. The route's great, and on this route, Simon, I've decided that I want to let people see a part of India that they would never normally see. You can just stick to the coast, but as you know, I live here. And I've spent almost 20 years riding around, 15 years solidly, you know, finding routes across South India. And you see some of the routes we took, you'd never find them completely off the tourist trail, you know.
And yeah, it's just been great. And like you said, you know, the one thing is when you finish the tour, you do reflect, and I think it's after you've finished the tour you do reflect on it. And,
absolutely.
And that's just been brilliant. And I think also doing the secluded beach afterwards was great. It just gives you a bit of time to relax after it and take in them thoughts and still have a great time with the other guys.
Yeah, I think when you see what the weather's like, this is February, and most of the riders that come, they come from Europe, come from the UK, come from even the US, but it's winter time there.
Yeah, it's well in the UK at the minute. I know it's cold, it's wet.
Yeah.
Why would you not want a piece of this?
And this is 32 degrees, maybe 33 degrees today.
We're just watching the sunset, and we're having a nice cold beer. And like, what a life. I mean, I've actually stayed on a couple of more days this is the thing about coming to the beach. You can, regardless of how long the trip is, you can fly out a couple of days earlier like I did. You can leave a few days after and have a little bit more time here as well.
Yeah, I encourage people to do that, because
just to make a bit of a holiday of it.
Come out early. A lot of people contact me. I'll give them a contact. I know everybody locally. There's some beautiful hotels, and they're not expensive.
But all in all, you know, great trip.
Yeah, thanks. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's been great having you out as well, riding with you again.
I've loved it.
I think that's about the 5th time. And
the last one we did was tough. It was a long tour around the south of India. It's a whole different ball game when you've got a load of guys and girls on the trip, and I think everybody's just bonded so well, and they've had such a good time. And I guess for the viewers, if they want to come on and do some of this, what's the best way to
just go to the website, nomadicnights.com. Can I just say something though? That we just realised is that throughout this trip, for all the bikes, we had 25, 26 bikes on it. There wasn't a puncture. Really? And we had one breakdown.
Yeah.
And it was a breakdown that we fixed.
The alternator.
Yeah, but we had a spare one.
Yeah.
So we fitted that in the evening. So in actual fact, we actually didn't even have a breakdown. Quite incredible. But the mechanics, I've got full-time mechanics, and they look after the fleet, you know.
They're
bikes
so on the ball, ain't they?
Yeah, they're brilliant.
And that's what makes things like this possible. You know, they know what's wrong with the bikes. They get it sorted. You're back up and running. If you do have a puncture, they fix it in like minutes, or they just chuck another wheel on out of the van, and you're going again. You're not losing any of your tour by mechanical breakdowns or punctures and things like that. You can still carry on. You know.
And of course, that new 650 beer, that performed really well. I had one day in it. You let me ride it, thank you. But I must say, I really enjoyed it. I've got the GT 650. I've got the Interceptor. But after getting on that is just streets ahead. I think you would say that yourself, eh?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I borrowed Alex's Interceptor today just to pop up north, and wow, it was a whole different bike for Bear. I'm so impressed with that bike. I wish I could take it home with me.
yeah. I don't know when I'll ride it next. It'll get put away into storage now, and next year I'll do the same. Next year on the South India Grand Canyon ride, I'm going to offer the bikes.
So if you see them bikes that you've seen throughout this series, then contact Alex, and you know, if you want to ride the 411, the 450, chuck the Bear on, the Triumph, the KTM. You've got the classic 500s as well. They're all superb bikes, and all capable bikes, and yeah, and you can all chop and change as well.
Yeah.
So,
Where
yeah.
a few riders did that. Some did full day, some did half day. Yeah, some didn't want to ride them
Just
at
so
all.
you can have a go on other bikes, and yeah, it's the perfect environment for it. But anyway, Alex, the sun is going down, and we need to get another beer. So
Well, another few. Simon, it's been a pleasure.
cheers, buddy.
Thank you.